It's time for today's race at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache here in Sao Paulo. And as any of the 80,000 capacity crowd will tell you, this is going to be a fantastic race. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix.
Hello everybody and welcome to round 9 of Formula 4. We've shot the gun a little bit early, so everybody's in the lobby just getting ready to go onto track. But we are here for Brazil, and as usual I am not alone. I am joined by the man himself, Diggle. Diggle, how are you this fine evening?
Good evening, Bloom. Yeah, I'm good. And once again, sound a bit like a parrot. Very excited to see the track action tonight. Brazil as well, out of all the tracks, one of my personal favourite. I don't know about you, Bloom, but we've had a nice rich history together in previous racing seasons and leagues, I think.
We have, and we were just discussing that before the stream, wasn't we? The action we've had around Brazil, normally near the end of the calendar. So I think we was discussing a championship battle being decided here between yourself and I years gone by.
Yeah, and I'm not salty about it at all, but you did always win, so, I mean, fair play.
We're not bitter, are we? Not bitter at all. But looking for good points today, Baskin-Robbins are playing their double points card tonight. Somebody else who's excited to be in with us, Callum Taylor, is subscribed for the 17th month in a row. Thank you very much, his message saying, let's have a good one tonight, gents. And yes, let's hope we do.
What are you saying in regards to the double points as well? I mean, Baskin-Robbins have chosen a good track, for this tonight. You look at the driver lineup for the team, 3 strong drivers that, well, we've seen before can be very quick around this circuit. They're going to need it as well to kind of revive their constructors' hopes as we come into the second half of the season. Currently trailing Duracell by just about 83 points, I believe it was, and they're currently sitting in P4. So a good finish here tonight. 3 consistent drivers could start to turn the tide.
Yeah, I've got to hand it to the Baskin-Robbins guys. I've not had the best of luck with the drivers. I think they've had poor attendance throughout, and they've had a couple team changes throughout as well. But they do have some top drivers. Pease in for Baskin-Robbins, Mikey G and Aylin all for Baskin-Robbins. So yes, they have been short on the ground of drivers before tonight. But yes, double points card. We know a couple of the drivers are strong around this track, and what a track this is.
And to be fair, our the drivers on the grid as well, we've personally raced against some of these guys before, and some of which can be very adaptable in changing conditions, which Brazil is renowned for. We did see a lot of rain last week in Singapore. Hopefully it's not going to be the same this weekend, but it's Interlagos. Crazy things have happened.
Yes, it is. It is. Mikey GTI also is in a pot 3 battle with Xerxes, so his double points card tonight might have an effect on that, because he's only 5 points behind the other driver. I was trying to find the team name and struggling for a moment. The Duracell driver. And also, I can add a little bit of content from last week. Last week we seen Singapore with the wet weather, and as I commented about Xerxes with the low assists, or no assists should I say, I think that appeared to be the problem with Pease initially. There was a problem with the ABS and the wet weather, and that obviously led to him overrunning, picking up some damage, and that's why we're seeing our main championship protagonist having real trouble last week. And we can see an overcast sky now. We will probably get a weather report in from one of the drivers soon, but what kind of weather do you think we're going to be seeing here?
Well, to be fair, I mean, like I say, last week we had all of the cars practically swimming around Singapore, so I wouldn't, complain with a mix of both, dry start, wet finish, or vice versa, especially with quali as well. Let's spice it up a bit and let's have a dry start to a wet finish, or, either way around. I just want to see something happen this evening that will kind of keep us on our toes. One thing I have noticed on the driver lineup is you see all 17 cars, well, I say we're currently in the pits, as they are now heading out to the track. Our championship leader, Wouter, is not one of those 17.
That is a rather astute observation. Yes, Wouter is not on track with us tonight. We still do have 17 minutes left of qualifying. In fact, I will just have a quick check on the race check-in, because at Formula 4 we do have the Discord where we do all of our admin and where drivers can allocate whether they will be here or not. And Wouter did respond as attending.
Yeah, I believe there was a message in that earlier. I'd like to say I was that, keen-eyed to spot something like that, but I think I did catch the back end of a message before the session started, so I can imagine we will be seeing Wouter joining us at some point this evening. I mean, I don't think Pease would be, we'd be quite chuffed as it stays as it is. He currently is 36 points behind our championship leader, currently sat in P2, so I think Pease would be happy if it stayed as it was.
Yes, and Pease for Baskin Robbins will also be looking at those double points. So again, trying to make a massive dent in that deficit from the current championship leader. But we've got BFD Ross just about coming across the line for Sega. Do you want to take it away for an onboard?
Of course I can, Bloom. And Ross, as you've just jumped on board, Jay, down into the centre S is this tight left hander and right of 1-2, and then 3, and he's gone straight up over the curving. Hasn't invalidated, but I was just about to say it can catch you off guard. Gonna stick with him and see if he continues the run. He is not flat out, so I'm going to find the next guy crossing the line, which is a Repsol of Kiza. So we'll try this one with Kiza. As again, Kiza down to 1, 2, and 3. He's a lot tighter on the entrance because you want to open up 2 and 3, so you can get that nice drive all the way down this next long straight come the first DRS zone of the race. Yes, Bloom, you did tell me all of these corner names. I've already forgotten. So we're going to jump down into turns 4 and 5, this double left-hander where famously we did see Sebastian Vettel get tagged on the opening lap of his championship season in 2012. Going up through the middle sector. He has invalidated, so I wonder if Kiza's going to continue. I can't quite tell. The middle sector is very slow, so I can't tell if the Repsol driver is still pushing or not.
It looks like he's done in it still.
Yeah, he's kept it very nice and tidy so far. That middle sector can be very tricky to try and position the car right and overtake someone. But we're coming up to round the back end of the lap now. It's been a bit of a mix mash of an onboard, so apologies for everyone at home. But that turn 12 leading you up to the start-finish straight, long left-hander of 13, 14 and 15. As you said to me earlier, Bloom, it is the path of least resistance. You don't want to turn the wheel too much and scrub off any speed. And Kiza now will go for a flying lap himself, attempt number 2.
Yeah, that was a 1:10:03, but during that we did miss Death Dragon taking the potential pole time, and Kiza completely piling it into the wall on the inside of the centre S's there. So yes, he won't be completing his lap and he doesn't have a time on the board, so we will be starting down at the bottom once everybody else has got through. But yes, Bannister also joining his Repsol teammate at the top with a 1:08.
It's a strong lap by Bannister as well, keeping up with the teammates. Again, it's a team game at the end of the season. They want to try and rack in as many points as possible. Repsol currently sitting P2 in the standings, 18 points, beg your pardon, behind YouTube, who did surpass them last week in the Constructors.
And some very fast times coming in already. Tom Taylor, we've seen him last week, now driving for Sega with a 1:08.2, snatching that potential pole position. But there's 13 minutes left to go, and we know the track does green as it goes on.
But it's a catch-22 with Brazil. It's a short lap, a bit like Monaco, Spain, tracks like that, where you don't have to be out too long. And Glock crossing the line with a 1:07.5.
Is that
just
Glock?
Lowering that bar a little bit, or lowering the time, that little bit more to see what anyone can do.
So who have we got? Energetics just starting a lap. We want to keep an eye on these Baskin Robbins cars. Mikey G currently in 8th place, and Pease smashing straight up into 2nd place, but 3/10 off Glock. And we've seen some tight battles between Pease and Glock recently. So yes, long may that continue.
Well, we do have Alan, of course. He wasn't here last week for Singapore, but he is here tonight for Brazil. Again, Baskin Robbins driver crosses the line up into P3 with a 1:08.0. So this is what they need. It's a strong start so far.
Yeah, no Wouter as of yet, but we've got 2 Baskin Robbins in the top 3, so very important for them playing their double points card to make maximum impact with that deployment. And as you see, there are only 3 Baskin-Robbins cars, so to play their double points card here must show a little bit of confidence in the pace they have around here.
Well, it's another perk of the track where it's a shorter lap. It also does mean, we do have a Sega in the wall coming out of 13 and 14 with no front wing.
Yeah, that's Ross.
He stayed still just to stay out of the way of the drivers. I didn't know how many wheels he had on the car, but it's good to see he's still in the session. Well, this kind of ties in again. I will get to the point eventually, but where it's such a short track, all you've got to do is watch the track limits. But yeah, you do have time if you make a mistake to get in, get back out.
Yeah, we did see one of the cars passing Ross whilst he was parked on the side, energetic, completing his lap with a 108.7. Now we can see a lot of 108 times there, a couple into the 107s at the top, but they are a mile in front of everybody else. But I do think this is going to be a very interesting qualifying session when we see the final results coming up onto the board.
Of course, and to be fair, we can see there isn't too much of a difference between some of these drivers. And oh, hello, that is Droftas having a very strange exit from the pit lane there. And hopefully didn't catch any damage on there. He was up on the infield, well, inside of the pit exit, which can't imagine that would have been helpful, or if he was waiting for someone, but he's got a Repsol behind him, so I can't imagine he's going to want to give him a tow.
They do look like they're splitting on the track map. I was just on board with Energetics coming in. Didn't know if he was going to be finishing off another lap. Mikey G on an out lap. DJ looking to be the next to start a flying lap. And in fact, the only other one that is currently on a lap by the looks on it is Chewy.
Yeah, he's just in the middle sector now, and again, the elevation can really catch these drivers out. We saw last week some guys struggling with the lack of assists or no assists, like you mentioned earlier. And to be fair, this is probably one of the tracks where it's still going to be tricky even in the dry. You see the divots on the inside of the curbs, and the way the track undulates, even down this long left-hander. If the back end of the car snaps it, you touch a part of the track that's not level, it can be so easy to lose the car and end up in the middle of the field, basically. And you've kind of got to reset and go again.
Oh, so you saying words like undulate just does things.
But Chewy down across the line with a 109.5. It's a respectable time, good start time, and I can imagine he's definitely want to get back out again.
Yeah, Chewy, one of our seasoned professionals, used to drive with us in the 100% league, so 50% here around Brazil. He's done plenty of laps here. Yeah, so like you say, looking to improve on that. Chazza has invalidated his lap for Repsol. But who hasn't invalidated their lap? DJ improving up to second place with a 107.8 and beating his previous title protagonist, Pease.
And speaking of Pease, he's just started a run now.
We've got coming round now. It's Chazza. I think it's Chazza. Yeah, starting a proper lap.
Keeping a close eye on Mikey G. He's the third car to cross the line. The Sega's through, the Duracell. Then you've got Mikey G for Baskin-Robbins. He's 2 to 3 tenths up in the middle sector. Currently sat in P10. Can he close the gap to his teammates? He goes across the line. He does, up to P9. Improves by just under 3 tenths. So again, it's taken a step in the right direction.
Yeah, that does improve his position by 1, but it does improve his time deficit by 3 tenths. So if the people below him get faster, they've got to beat a 108.7 to take that position from him. And Baskin-Robbins, playing the double points card, are going to want to finish as high as they possibly can.
DJ is coming in. We've got the YouTube car of Energetics. Again, who will be either starting a lap or he'll be, and I can imagine he's going to start a run. Full battery.
Yeah. So next down, is that Tom Taylor? That is Tom Taylor. Just starting a lap.
His run, and then we've got Pease crossing the line on his flying lap, and he must have moved away or something, and ooh, DJ Chazza, beg your pardon, Chazza up in a P2, just pipping his teammate by 7 thousandths of a second. Wow. And then the clock just crosses the line and just goes, well, I'll go a bit faster.
Yeah, you could see Chazza getting close to him and said, you know what, I'm going to improve my time, so make that job all that much harder for you. Ross coming into the pits, that's Harrin. Harin just crossing the line. He does improve by 7/10, putting himself up into 11th place. I said about Mikey G, he's just had his time beaten by 9,000th of a second. So it's unbelievable how tight these times are. Dickel said earlier, a short track. So every 10th is going to count towards your finishing position here.
Oh yeah, and with so many corners as well, there are so many minute changes that you can make on your lap that can either cost you or gain you that lap time. And then you've got to think each driver as well, on their styles and the way they drive, the lines they take. It is not much of a lap to try and make the difference. But Pease is down across the line. Where's Pease going to go? He goes 0.03 of a second improvement. Does stay P5 though.
He does, but Tom Taylor crossed the line just before that, moving up into second place with a 107.7. Can't believe the times that we've got coming in.
Big one. Yeah, 200's quicker than Chazza. Speaking of Chazza, it looks like he's run out of fuel down the stuff straight.
Yeah. That's just the absolute that these drivers are going to make sure that they can get the car as fast as possible, taking it to the limit with the amount of fuel carrying on board, because all the fuel does equate to weight, which will slow your car down.
You said about taking it to the limit, that Harin coming up to turn 12, the left-hander before the long uphill climb, did a bit of a lawn mowing there by the looks of it. He went a little bit deep, and I'm hoping it was an in-lap for him and he hasn't just thrown the lap away. But yeah, cut a bit of grass on the way in.
Well, energetics,
nearly 4/10 up. I just saw that split.
Yeah, catching his teammate, moving up into 8th place now. I was looking at his teammate Ramsel further down the order. Currently in 14th place, looking to make a change to that now, whilst he's got his DRS open, coming down towards the start-finish line. And he does improve by nearly 0.3, putting himself up into 13th position.
To be fair, you said about drivers that are suited for the track. Ramsel as well, someone that we've seen in previous seasons. He does like Brazil. So this is probably one of his stronger tracks. I'm going to call it as a former teammate of his. I'll quite happily put my neck on the line for that one. But I'm expecting he's going to have fun tonight.
I think when we walk in this commentary box, our neck is already on the line, especially when it's regarding Ramsel. We seem to do more damage than good. But I am with you, wishing Ramsel a happy race today. And I'm not going to say any more of that because I'll curse him enough.
Well, Bannister is the next card across the line. He is currently just under 1.5 up on his lap. Well, he's going to need about that to jump Xerxes. I beg your pardon, he's going to need 2.5. Sorry, can do my math in a minute. But down across the line for Repsol. Where does he go? He does improve by 1/10, so he closes the gap to Xerxes.
Yeah, that could be important to the guys behind him, whether they take the position from him or not. So he did improve, but didn't change position. 4 minutes left of the session. And yeah, not able to see many cars on track right now. Bannister just on an in-lap. Chewy, I think, also on an in-lap. Oh no, he's 5/10 up on his time. We can see this track beginning to green. In these last 3 minutes, we will see some of the faster times coming through. Chewy just down across the line now, and he does improve up to 13th place with a 1:18.8.
What a lap.
Go on, Chewy.
But look, we're going to see, like you say, there's going to be a bit of weight now. The track's now been rubbered in, or green, as people would say. So where it's such a short lap, I can imagine these guys are going to go out as late as possible and try and be that last guy across the line, because it can make that difference around a track like this.
Yeah, but then we don't want to see, like we see in Monza, every race at Monza, where they're queuing down the final straight, waiting to start their lap, and then it's just you've then got to contend with traffic on your flying lap. So 2 minutes.
As you say that, we do have a couple of cars trickling out the pits, and Mikey G is going to be the first guy to start, well, the next guy to start a flying run. So some of the drivers opting to get out there before the pandemonium incurs, with the remaining drivers hitting the track.
Oh, pandemonium. Some of the corner names, which we were talking about earlier, we've got Mikey G on the Senna S's, just coming around the curve of the Sol, down the Retta Aposta, heading down now. This is one of the DRS straights, heavy braking down into Desida del Lago. and I'm hoping I'll get the pronunciation on most of these right. Now this part I just like to call the infield section. A few names here, but yeah, probably too much to go into. Mikey G doing a fantastic job hitting the apex, trying to get the maximum out of the track, and we've got a Repsol up on the outside of that corner there, coming down to Bica de Pato, which apparently means Duck's Bill. So now coming down turn 11, which is a Magulio heavy braking now, where you're going to need a strong exit, Juco, and again this is where you want the path of least resistance. We was a bit surprised to even find out that this is turn 13, 14 and 15, because as a driver you treat it all as one, but Mikey G down across the line, improves up to 8th place with a 108.1, which could be critical at this stage, quite close to his Baskin-Robbins teammates, all playing their double points card tonight.
Do like it when you go all exotic like that, Bloom. Whew. Importantly, well, I say importantly, unfortunately, he's joined, but he's not going to have enough time to get a lap in. Wouter is now in the session.
Wouter has entered the room. All important.
If there was 30 seconds extra on the clock, he could have actually got out and done a lap.
Do you know
what an
what?
upset that would have been.
I've just got to throw it in there. This is going to be a small tester for next week. Next round, we have the reverse grid order wild card to be played. So next week, Wouter will be starting at the back anyway.
Well, with no laps done in quali, unfortunately a bit later to the session, let's hope he has had some practice midweek. And, well, provide us some entertainment this evening, fighting his way through the field.
Let's try and find someone who's on a flying lap. Harin just starting his flying lap. We've got some Repsols coming around. 12 seconds left of the session. And DJ does improve by 2 tenths, taking his time up to a 107.5.
Mikey G has entered the pit, so that is his session been and done. Glock improves again. But we do have the first car to take the checkered flag of the session is going to be Droftas for YouTube. He looked like he was up in the middle sector. He's down across the line, currently P7. Where does he go? He does jump up to P6. Who's going to be next across the line? We have a Duracell of, is that going to be Xerxes? No, that Xerxes is in the pits. Scratch that. We have a YouTube car off as well on the infield. Callum Tyler.
Callum, and then I believe that's Tom immediately behind him. Callum does improve 2 tenths. Tom does improve 1 tenth. Doesn't change position, no.
Aylin stays P7 as well. That is the Baskin-Robbins drivers with their laps done. We actually, no, beg your pardon, we've got Pease who's just coming down to the line now. He's up by 1.5 tenths. Pease, currently P5, goes up to P2.
What?
Just a tenth off of Glock. What a lap.
Wow. And Harin also crossing the line, improving up to 10th place with a 108.2. DJ,
yeah, with DJ in Glock, believe that is everyone.
Yeah, that's not a representative time from Glock. So coming up that final straight there, is it Glock? Yes, it is Glock on pole for the Brazilian Grand Prix, followed by Pease, and all importantly Wouter not able to set a lap down into 17th place. But as we say, he will be experiencing this on next round, because next round is our wild card reverse grid order. Hopefully we will get a weather report for the full race shortly. But yes, we did have an overcast, dry qualifying session there for you.
I think it's going to be possible to overdo the "is that Glock" joke at Brazil, because I think if it is, we're going to find that limit tonight.
Well, I can't overdo it at like Monza, can I? Is that Glock? No, it's Coulthard in the wall.
Now Glock P taking our pole position. As he's just piped up in the Twitch chat as well. An actual legitimate poll. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Is Jeff still here? I thought Jeff got sacked.
Jeff did get sacked. Well, clearly, Glock may still be using him because I'm sat there, pole position.
Yes, pole position with a 107.3. Beating Pease by a 10th in 2nd place. DJ in 3rd. Tom Taylor in 4th. Chazza in 5th. Droftas in 6th. Aylin in 7th. Mikey G in 8th place. Energetics in 9th, Harin in 10th, Ross in 11th, Xerxes 12th, Bannister 13th, Chewy 11th, Ramsel in 15th, Callum in 17th, Wouter and Kiza in 17th and 18th, unable to set a valid time. Kiza DNFing in the session and Wouter joining at the last minute.
Well, I'm generally happy with how that all unfolded, to be honest. Glock, pole position. It's been a while since we've seen him take the top step. So I can imagine this is going to be the night where he feels like he's going to be able to do it. Wouter at the back end of the grid. Pease is going to be wanting to make as much as he can while Wouter is further back. So this is going to be an exciting race.
Yeah, as you say, it's nice to see Glock's luck coming back. I don't want to put it all down to luck, but we've seen Glock having some rather bad luck as of late in the Formula 4 races. So yeah, nice to see him, as he puts in the chat, legitimate pole. So yes, well done on that. And even Callum's joined it in. Unbelievable! Oh, and Princess Fees, bonjour. But we do have the strategy up for this race. You could do a one stop, which is mediums to hards, lap 16, lap 20, or obviously the alternative strat going hards to mediums. Will we see a safety car in the mix? Let's wait and see. Drivers are going to need at least 50 kilograms of fuel to get round here, 36 laps. But you could also go with a strong double pit. So you could go 8 laps on the softs, then 14-14 on 2 sets of mediums. But let's see what the drivers are picking for their tyre strategies. And most of them starting on the hards. We've only got 3 drivers starting on the mediums in the shape of Energetics, Bannister and Chewy. So it's interesting to see. Pease normally, when he's starting lower than first place, really likes to try and get them positions done and changed in the first instance. But we also need to remember Wouter down in 17th place. We've seen him absolutely romp through the field before now. But yes, a lot of cars for him to get through before we can even begin to look at any podium places.
And more importantly, like you say, they're on the same strategy as him as well. So it's not like he can wait till they have to, pit and have their tyres go off sooner. They're going to be out there as long as he is.
Yes, definitely.
But we are looking at a one-stop race tonight, as it popped up on my end. I don't know if you caught that. It's come up on your end at all yet, Bloom. But yeah, hards to mediums for a majority of these guys. There is the alternate 2-stop strategy available. 2 sets of mediums and a set of softs, but that's down to if they decided to choose the tyre allocation.
Yep.
And of course, this league is prone occasionally to a safety car here or there, you could say. Occasionally.
Well, we managed a wet Singapore without a single full safety car. Let's just make sure I said full. So, yeah, as you say, let's see how this race unfolds, how the racing gods would like this event to unfold. And here at Formula 4, we do have the fully immersive setting on. So, actually, just see the tyre strategy coming up on your screens now. The drivers have to park in their grid spots.
Sorry, just to say as well, you said about the immersive setting, just like last week, you see Pease sat in P2, angled towards Glock for the start.
Massively angled. Pease on the inside line as well. Can't see the lights. 4 lights, 5 lights. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing. Pease does have a great start. He's already up near the inside tyre of Glock. And is that position 1 by turn 1? I think it is. Does he make it round the corner for Baskin Robbins? Double points wild card. And Pease has took the race lead. Tom Taylor getting a little bit loose further down. DJ taking the long way around.
Wouter is round.
Oh, Wouter, he didn't have enough trouble already. He's had a collision at the start and spun his car round, but Pease leading this race. Glock second, DJ third, Tom Taylor fourth.
Glock's coming back at him round the outside, up the right hand of that is not an overtaking move. Pease has to make, he's gone for the move, but back up the inside. Glock is not hanging around. He wants that first place back. Side by side now, these guys go through the roller coaster of the middle sector or the infield. He's Pease is squeezing him as much as he can, but Glock has fought back, but Pease is now switched back under and over. There he goes. They're going to run side by side, and Glock does come out on top, regaining his pole position of first place.
Unbelievable racing here. 3 position changes for first place already, and we've not even completed a lap at Interlagos.
Unfortunately, another person who's lost out on the opening lap is Mikey G. He has dropped down to P11. So a couple drivers getting a little bit caught out with the chaos ensuing at turn 1. It looked like Wouter made a couple changes, positions gained, sorry, but then lost out with a spin. Energetics and Shazza now.
Oh no,
Energetics trying to get back past him.
Pease has lost it on the inside of Glock coming round the centre S's. And he's a very slow car now, causing more dramas for cars around him.
I saw the car swerving around, but I didn't know what was going on, so that was a keen eye there as I was running on board with the battle of Energetics and Shazza. So thank you, Bloom, for keeping an eye on that one.
Wouter having an absolutely awful start, matched now only by Pease, dropping down to 12th place, losing 10 positions as he was fighting for that race lead with Glock. And but more drama, Callum and Ramsel have been round, a little bit of a collection there around turn 8.
You say that, I think that's going to be Wouter's best game at the moment. He's had 2 looks at Ross now, he backed out of 1, he's now gone for the move, and he has passed. He's now up into P14, but is just, I think it's going to be a bit of patience around here as the track is not the widest at turns.
What is going on? Tom Taylor! Tom Taylor!
Tom's gone round. In doing so, though, that has helped Pease. Pease has now passed Bannister.
What is going on? Tom Taylor did not have a good exit around that corner, and I think he'd already had a spin and just lit his tyres up even more. DRS now activated.
Look back at the front, and you could say this was last season. DJ on the hunt against Glock.
Sheer pandemonium, I must say, for these first 2 laps. The position changes have been unreal. Pease, Tom Taylor, Wouter, all making this event so exciting.
I mean, a shout out as well to the Baskin-Robbins driver of Iestyn now up at a P4. So he's kept it clean and he is within touching distance just about those top 3.
Yeah, and again, vital for the Baskin-Robbins team. Double points card on offer. Pease dropped down beyond his teammate Mikey G, but Iestyn, as you quite rightly said, up there fighting now for a podium position in DRS range. Oh no, not quite DRS range of Droftos.
But I can't help but think as what you said about Pease, like it's going to be probably a good sight to see his teammate in front of him, because I can't imagine Mikey G is going to hold him up much. He's going to want to let his teammate through and try and pursue even more. But Wouter, though, hot on the heels, he's up to P11 now, so there's only 1 car separating Wouter and Pease. Who would have guessed that 4 laps in?
4 laps in and a spin for Wouter, and as you say, gains 6 places. It just shows
saying that there's going to be no cars between them in a minute as Wouter's making the move on Harrin down into 4 DRS open, and that is an easy slam dunk move for Wouter. So now Wouter's eyes are set on Pease, and you'd normally think this is for P9.
Apologies, viewers, I did just flick off that to look and see what was happening further back. Ross losing it, and Sega having a really bad day. 16th, 17th and 18th for the full team.
Oh, it is a long race round here. It's short laps, but there's quite a lot to make up for it. So anything can happen at Interlagos, as we've already seen.
Yeah, and I think, well, Chewy and Kiza having a good old ding-dong there. Chewy trying to fight that position off the Baskin-Robbins. And there's another car around. Callum coming back on track slowly after a little incident earlier. Now losing a position to Chewy and Kiza.
And just an update here on the movement on the field for Pease and Wouter. Pease has been let through by Mikey G. He had to use a bit of battery, though, because I don't think Mikey G wanted to give up the DRS too quickly to the likes of Xerxes and Energetics.
Yes, but critical to
it'll be interesting to see how hard Mikey G makes it now for Wouter.
Wouter has also been depleting his battery. I think that's the lowest battery I've seen on Wouter's car where it's not been on a push lap before a pit stop.
Well, I think every lap for the moment is going to be a push lap for both Wouter and Pease. It is critical, even clinical, critical. It's a bad word to mix up, isn't it?
It is. I thought he was nearly taking this from a PG stream to something else.
Yeah, that was I am focusing on the race, but yeah, this is clinical. There we go. For these guys to make the moves when they can early on.
Yeah, but someone looking to make a move. Droftas is all over the back of the Repsol car of DJ. In fact, I think he's not going to be all over it for much longer because he's going to be all in front of it.
Just behind as well, we have Chazza closing in on Aylin for P4, so we're going to have 2 good scraps here.
Ooh,
But saying that, Droftas alongside DJ into 1. He's going to try around the outside. He's going to try and cut back now to open up 2 and 3, so it should give him the better drive against the Repsol driver through 3. But with DRS open, I can't imagine DJ is going to have much of a defence really against the YouTube of Droftas. Again, he actually holds the inside line well. Droftas just trying to stick it alongside him. He's still alongside. Droftas with the drive out of 4 and 5, and he's still got the inside, but GJ just edging out in front.
Yeah, GG for not pushing him out on outside the track, as Hamilton once experienced against Max.
I mean, saying that as well, we had Pease and Xerxes having a right old scrap there for position, and Pease has come out on top. Mikey G, though, making his car as wide as possible for Wouter to just try and get by. You see it, Pease start to slip away now. 2 cars separate these 2 guys now. But Wouter with the up and under, he's going to go around the outside of 11 even, beg your pardon, and he's made the move stick. So that was confidence in the car that it was going to stick and hold to the track.
That was unbelievable grip around the outside.
And again, he's going to now have the DRS on Xerxes. So is he going to try and have a go at him into 1? He's
I'm just having a look, and Droftas going on DJ into 1, and Droftas around the outside. DJ does have the inside line. Who's going to have DRS? DJ has DRS and able to retake that position with the DRS assistance.
Spot. I'm glad there's 2 pairs of eyes on this. But Xerxes was able to hold P8 for the time being. Got down to turn 4, and Wouter just wasn't close enough to have a go. But importantly, Pease is breaking away and trying to catch Energetics already.
Oh, and that Chazza will want that 3-second penalty because he's trying to chase down the Baskin Robbins of Aylin right now, and a 3-second penalty will not help him in that pursuit.
More importantly as well, while Droftas and DJ have been battling, that has welcomed Aylin and Chazza into this fight for 2nd place. That is now going to be a nice looking DRS train from anyone to try and hook onto the back 2.
Yeah, but most importantly, since Glock has lost that battle with Pease, he didn't lose the battle obviously, but since that battle with Pease is now not there, he's able to break away now nearly 4 seconds in front of the pack.
Droftas again trying to go wide, but he's done the switchback to try and get the better drive, but that battery is looking very low on that YouTube car. This time though, you would imagine he's going to try and get the car. He's a nose ahead. They're going to be side by side again into 4. The room is left there though, so that was a nice clean move by Droftas, and he finally takes 2nd place.
Yeah, it did look like DJ backed out of that one and just living to fight another lap.
I mean, you say that, see how much battery he can charge back up, because he's got DJ and, well, Aylin with nearly half his battery saved up. He's now got to hold off.
Yeah, but I've got to have to drop further down because Wouter did make his way past Xerxes previously on that lap, and he's now 3/10 off the back of Pease.
Again, I just didn't think I'd ever see these 2 battling for anything but the top 3, to be honest, but here we are.
Well, next round we will see the reverse grid car played, but let's see how this battle unfolds now, where Pease won't have DRS, but Wouter will have the assistance to chase him down.
And saying that as well, Droftas managed to get enough battery just to hold on to 2nd place for the time being. But it's a bit of a stalemate, to be fair, between Droftas, DJ, Aylin and Chazza, where it's hard to overtake even with DRS if you're kind of caught in one of these trains that you see around other tracks like Monza as well. So you need the pace to break away, and we're just going to see now if Droftas can do that over the next couple laps.
I can't believe it sometimes when I'm looking at Pease and I'm looking at Wouter, and I flick between them looking at the battery, and I just think, has my display gone wrong? Because it just says the same every time. If one's got full battery, the other one's got full battery. If one's got no battery, the other one's got no battery.
Well, it would explain why they're both so fast on a regular basis, to be honest.
It's like they're just made up of the same genetics. They've both got the racing fibres in them, but also showing their racing fibres. Chazza chasing down Alan, chasing down DJ, chasing down Droftas, and we have this 4-way battle for second place, currently led by the YouTube driver.
You say that Droftas as well was 9/10 clear before the DRS was activated of DJ on that back straight. So Droftas does have the pace to break away from third. Now Energetics is going to have his mirrors filled with not only Peas but Wouter as well. That is a position you don't want to be in, is it really?
Yeah, that is a welcoming sight for Wouter, seeing his teammate in front of Peas holding him up, possibly just giving him that chance, or just to put the pressure on Peas. So, because whilst you're trying to attack, it's equally difficult whilst you're also trying to defend, to look forward and in your mirrors at the same time.
Just keeping an eye as well, because it looked like Droftas was going to break the 1 second gap to DJ, but I think DJ's just going to get it by about half a tenth. So Droftas is trying to pull away there in second.
Yeah. Peas looking to make a move. Energetics without DRS, and Peas decided, I want that inside line, and took it with absolute style. But now he won't have DRS to defend down this straight. Energetics may very well come back at the championship protagonist, and he does do. With DRS assistance, he takes that position straight back. And we've got a yellow flag.
Speaking of YouTube, we do have a YouTube car off at 2, so that would be Ramsel, unfortunately.
It is,
but he's still going strong.
Sticking with this YouTube sandwich with Baskin Robbins as the meat.
I'm riding on board with Wouter as saying that, because this is great to watch from Wouter's point of view. He's just nipping at the heels, trying to find any opening that he can where Peas makes the wrong decision.
Well, we've got another 5 more laps before Energetics might be thinking of coming in to pit for those hard tyres. He's currently running the mediums, but most of the other drivers on the hards probably looking to go about lap 20 to pit. So 11 laps in, we will see a little bit of degradation on these tyres.
Are we going to see a move from Wouter on Peas before Peas can have a go at Energetics? We are. Wouter's gone the right side. Energetics is in the middle. Peas up the inside. They've both passed him side by side. Contact into one. But Peas has held on and stayed in front.
Yeah, Energetics was on the inside there, and his Wouter teammate not making his life easy.
I think Wouter, I think Energetics realised as soon as he was in the middle, he was going to have to back out of that, because both those guys were making that move.
Peas to the left of me, Wouter to the right, here I am, stuck in the middle with you. I don't take myself very seriously either, mate, to be fair. But Harrin chasing down Bannister, also with Tom Taylor for trouble behind. And Tom Taylor, we know he's got a lot of paces down there after incident. He was high up on the table earlier, losing 9 positions in this Grand Prix, looking to regain as many as he can.
Just keeping an eye on Wouter now, because Wouter is on the I say he was on the back of Peas. It's about a 5/10 gap, but Wouter now is going to have the benefit of the DRS on the next 2 straights against Peas. 2 second gap to the next car up the road, which would be Chazza, and then that'll bring these 2 guys up to this DRS train for second, which is kind of stalemated out a little bit. But Wouter is closing in.
He is.
Is Peas going to have anything? Peas has practically got no battery left.
Tom Taylor coming around the centre S's side by side with Harrin there. Sorry to jump in, but yeah.
No, by all means.
Side by side action in the centre S's from Harrin and Tom Taylor, but that's it, it's over. Back to Peas.
I just know for a fact it'll be the one time I turn away from these 2, something's going to happen. So I've got to keep an eye on this.
Yes, how's he in the chat? Mikey J. And then he's asking, what if one has half battery? I think he's on about our earlier conversation where one has a full, the other one has full, one has empty. The other one has empty, so I'm assuming if one has half, the other one might have both.
Well, it shows how similar it is as well, because at one point Wouter had about 10 to 15% more battery than Peas, and then they're already a couple percent apart.
Yeah.
They're definitely in sync here, but is Wouter going to be close enough to either go into one? He's gaining on Pease. Is he going to go left or right? He sticks it to the outside. Pease is going to squeeze him. They're going to run round, but Pease does stay in front. This will give Wouter the benefit of the DRS now into 4. Can he stick with the back of the Baskin-Robbins driver? You see the red light flashing on the back of the car of Pease. That means he's below 10% deployment, but so is Wouter, 0. No battery, but he's gone for the move with DRS. Again, side by side, but Pease just holds on. Oh, Pease is doing everything he can, but Wouter's not giving up. They're now going to run side by side again, up through the right-hander. But Wouter's actually going around the outside. They're still together. They're just enough room for both boys here. Wouter hounded the back of that Baskin-Robbins, and he's going for it again. He's not leaving Pease alone.
They're fighting with every breath here, but Pease 30 points behind Wouter, and playing a double points card is going to want to stay up in the high positions as much as he possibly can. I mean, even if that means losing out a position to Wouter just for this race, he will still score more points if he's just one position behind because of the double points played today. But that's not what any racer wants to do. Nobody wants to finish behind anybody in this racing league. They all want to finish out on top.
Finishing behind. Wouter's gone for it again. DRS open into 1, and he has made the move stick. But this, like I say, it now reverses the roles, and Pease will now get the DRS back on Wouter down into 4. So can Pease take back 6th place just that quick again? He's gaining, he looks onto the outside, so, you know, roles reversed, but this time Wouter does hold it.
I just can't believe the standard of racing needs to show us. I mean, let's not also forget Glock up into 1st place. These two, Wouter not able to make qualifying, and Pease with the earlier incident battling now for 6th place. And once these cars in front are cleared, which they might be cleared soon, Wouter 2 seconds away from Chazza, or after a pit strategy, they've got Glock to contend with as well, somebody else in the mix.
I mean, it's not just that as well. If you look at that train from 2nd place, Droftas has now broken the DRS to DJ, Aylin and Chazza, so Droftas is now pulling away. So that's just going to be another hurdle for Wouter and Pease if they get back up there to try and overcome with a pit strategy or just the pace on track.
Yes, and in the comments we've got the godmother of Formula 4 herself. Hey, that's Jess. And then Housie, also great battle. And I've got to assume that that is referring to the Pease and Wouter going side by side for nearly half a lap.
I mean, I can't imagine it being anything else, but I think that battle between Pease and Wouter is not going to go anytime soon because separated by less than 3/10, both of them, no battery pretty much again.
But let's give some airtime to some others. Looking at Aylin, still in 4th position, gained 3 positions this Grand Prix and doing a outstanding job between the 2 Repsol cars. DJ, fantastic drive to be up into a podium position.
I was going to say, you go from one sandwich of Pease being between 2 YouTube, and now we've got Aylin between the 2 Repsols.
Yes, yes, and Droftas, as you were called earlier, able to make that break out of the DRS detection of DJ.
And to be fair as well, this is going to be helping Repsol even more in the constructors. Like I say, they are only 18 points behind YouTube. At the moment, our highest YouTube runner is Droftas, so with DJ and Chazza where they are, this is going to be a strong result for them.
Yeah, Aylin, DRS assistance coming down to turn 4, not able to make a move, but he is staying on the outside.
No, and we've got some of our first pit stops of tonight happening. Some of the medium runners already ditching the tyres and going onto the hards. Energetics, Bannister, and I can imagine that'll be Chewy as well onto a set of hards. So the mediums are all gone now. It is just a sea of hard tyres tonight.
Yeah. Full field of hards. It's not something that you expect to say very often, but there we have it.
Sounds like your normal Saturday night.
Well, I don't know. That could be a full field of softs, but it's a different race. But Glock still maintaining that first place, but Droftas is actually closing in on him.
Sorry to jump in. We've got Iestyn here making the move on DJ for third. The DRS is open. DJ doesn't have much to defend with. Iestyn's trying around the outside. He's going to make it stick later on the brakes, but what that's done is that's actually hindered Chazza. Chazza's gone round. Oh, Chazza, I've done a U. They've gone wound. That has benefited Pease and Wouter, but how is the car? Chazza looks like it's all okay. Jumping back though, because we have DJ back on Iestyn into 4.
Yeah, very good eyes there, mate. Very good eyes.
Yes. I mean, with that battle that's happened there, what that's done is it's put the likes of Wouter and Pease within a second of these guys now.
Yeah. And even the viewers are picking up on what's going on. Princess Phoebes, Tom making his way back through. Yes, he is pillars. Shalom. And Housie. Can't let that slip, can we? Jonathan Wass.
Yeah, I did a U-bloom, I'm sorry. Apologies. It was the excitement it got me, but coming on to the start-finish straight now, Iestyn again, only 4 tenths off the back of DJ. He's going to get the DRS, but right on his gearbox is Wouter, and then not too far down the road is going to be Pease. So is Wouter going to get Iestyn before Iestyn can have a go at DJ? It looks like he's going to. Wouter's up the inside into 1. Iestyn does break a little bit early by the looks of it, just I'll do that, so I can imagine he's going to try. Oh, he's made contact with Pease. Both Baskin Robbins are nearly in the wall.
No, that's not what they want. That's not what they want. Baskin Robbins double points. They want to be getting up the field as fast as they can, and that's just put Pease off Wouter 3 seconds nearly.
I can imagine that was Iestyn trying to stay out of the way of Pease to let Pease follow through Wouter, but Pease backing off there and letting Iestyn through.
I don't know what happened there. He well overshot the corner. I don't know if that was a missing a braking
backed off as well. He's lost out to Chazza.
Let's hope that's not damage. Because this game also you can carry underfloor damage, side pod damage, which is irreparable, and that will mess with your handling all race long. And let's hope that we don't have a repeat of Singapore where we saw Pease having trouble.
I mean, saying that though, it could also be like if one car's been affected, have both. That'd be the worst case scenario for the team, especially if they're running the double points tonight.
Well, we're going to be seeing a lot of position changes soon, as I do think Pease is in. Pease is in.
I will just stick with him, as we are going to see Chazza now having a go at Iestyn. I can imagine down into 4. And what this has done, though, like you say, DJ, beg your pardon, further up, Wouter did get DJ, but DJ's having a look back at Wouter into 4. Didn't get close enough. So that does keep Wouter now up into 3rd. So his next challenge is going to be 3.7 seconds up the road, which will be Droftas. And Droftas has actually made a little bit of an inlay on a Glock's lead there, under 3 seconds now.
He has, yes. DJ now potentially wants to use the slipstream of Wouter for as long as he can. But yeah, Pease only just now coming out the pits. It feels like an eternity in that pit stop, now down into 14th place. But to be fair, that could have been a wing change as well. I was
going to say also that is probably actually the perfect time, because this is about the window where the hards are going to drop off.
Yes.
So
yes.
16 on the mediums, that might have come at an okay time for Pease to kind of salvage something here. We do have a YouTube car off on the infield.
We do, and we don't want that to cause any safety cars, because Pease, that would not be what he wants. He wants to be able to regain as much as he can, and we do see cars coming in now.
Yeah, Glock's in Droftas, Chazza, so I highly doubt that's a reaction to Pease, but that has come in at the perfect time if it is now the pit window.
Yeah, it's bang on pit strategy. 20 laps on the hards, 16 on the mediums.
I mean, and to be fair, talking of the Baskin-Robbins team, Mikey G is now up in a 4th, 4 seconds off of Iestyn, who was in that battle, like I say, for just off the podium. So yeah. Mikey G doing a strong drive here to try and grab as many points as he can tonight.
Yeah, I've also got to praise Glock's strategy team, because he's done that pit stop and he's out again in free air. So although there are cars that have a pit in front of him, he's got completely free air to do as much clearance as he can before anybody else can get themselves involved in pit stops.
I mean, I don't think he had much of a choice, because Droftas has followed him in, and that gap again is dropped even further now to 2.5 seconds. Even if Droftas is rocking what looks like a Christmas pudding for a helmet.
Wouldn't it? Pease is caught up with Xerxes and Energetics. Xerxes and Energetics was having a right old ding dong, and Pease just firing it down on the inside, not doing a Hamilton and spinning the car next to him like he did with
But yeah,
Albon.
Wouter, Alan, Mikey G are all in. So
Well, I might stick on with
interesting.
Pease for now just to see where he comes in the order.
Just going to keep an eye on Alan, to be honest, because he was having the scrap before the slight issue with his teammate, putting it politely. Chazza has gone through. So where is that going to leave him? He's actually going to be just behind Chazza. So that's not a great loss. And you've got the three Baskin-Robbins drivers now, 8, 9 and 10. But Mikey G's come out, and I think he's going to be one looking backwards. His teammate, plus Energetics and Xerxes, are all over the back of him now.
Yeah, Mikey G.
Can't imagine he's going to want to hold up Pease. He's going to move to the left and let his teammate through. Can't imagine he's going to leave the door open for Energetics, but I don't think Energetics has given him much of a choice. And there's a bit of contact as Energetics gets the elbows out, but Mikey G doing a stellar job there to try and hold the position, and he has done as well. Brilliant teamwork there.
That was so risky. I seen Mikey G going past the braking point whilst he had P's gearbox still in front of him. How he did not collect the car in front, I do not know. But DJ now into the pits also. So that's left Tom Taylor leading this race, Glock in second, Droftas in third, and Wouter in net third, to be fair, after Tom's hit.
So you want another team that's going to have 3 astern. Yeah, you've got Repsol there of Keyser, DJ and Chazza now. So you've got the 3 Repsols, followed by the 3 Baskin-Robbins.
That pit's just a car sorter, setting them out into all nice sequence. Yeah, and
but again, Repsol, this is
YouTube.
I was just about to say, this is actually strong for them to try and get a fight against YouTube. Like I said, Repsol currently sitting second in the Constructors. So the 2 drivers ahead, though, like you say, both YouTube runners. Yeah, I can't believe that's actually panned out this way. So it's quite pleasing to the eye.
Yes, Xerxes, I think what will be pleasing to his eye will be seeing Energetics in his wing mirror, as he will be now, as he just takes the position from the YouTube car.
And out front, Tom Taylor has now made that pit, and Wouter now taking the fastest lap of the race with the 1:09.5. So again, I can't imagine if he does catch Droftas, there's going to be much of a squabble. But Droftas still keeping the gap to Glock to under 3 seconds now.
Chazza, the only car yet to pit, rocking some 23 lap old hard. Let's see if we can see any
Keyser, isn't it?
Keyser, sorry. Can see some graining on that rear tyre. We did see a couple punches last week in Singapore, so let's hope that them tyres can hold out on the strategy a little bit longer.
I was going to say, this is a real long shot if it's a team game here to let through DJ and see if he can, kind of cause a bit of trouble there for the likes of Alan, Tom and Pease behind. Try and hold up this Baskin-Robbins. Well, there you go. He's already let through DJ. So what's Alan got in the tank now to try and get past this car? Because he's going to want to get a move on now before he loses too much time to the cars in front.
Yeah, Tom Taylor having split the Baskin-Robbins cars there. Like you say, Alan needing to make as much inroads as he possibly can.
Yeah, that's a brilliant drive as well from Tommy to come out where he is after what happened early on up to PA is a brilliant recovery, and he's going to have the freshest tyres as well come the latter part of this race.
Yeah, and all this as well being enjoyed by our viewers. Jess saying, "Oh my God, sorry I'm late, nephew's birthday," and Princess Phoebe, ridiculous. Oh, and Alan is up on the inside of Keyser. Keyser on them very old tyres, not able to keep the position as we come round turn 4, and the Baskin-Robbins car coming out on top.
Oh, I don't know what it is, but when I see a car getting near the rear of Alan after the last couple of races, I just, I get nervous for him. up at the front, just to kind of recap there, Glock has stretched the lead back out now to over 3.5 seconds. Droftas only 1.2 ahead of his teammate of Wuta, who, again, as we've seen tonight, started at the back and is now currently running P3.
Yeah, that's just a showing of what we're going to be seeing in the next round for Canada, where we see the reverse grid. But it's unbelievable how much ease it's kind of, well, I say ease, it's took him 2/3 of the race to get here. But he did also have a spin.
And had a spin, yeah. Got reset.
Do you know what that is? Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. But what is ridiculous is Iestyn now, after clearing Keyser, has closed that gap straight back down to DJ. So the lead Baskin-Robbins driver at the moment is not giving up yet. 10 laps to go, and he's trying to get anything he can to try and make the most of these double points.
Well, he's also well within 3 seconds of Chazza, and Chazza, with penalties, he's going to be losing positions to the Baskin-Robbins car also if he doesn't lose them on track in the next 10 laps.
And whatever Iestyn can pull out of the bag here this evening, specifically himself, currently sat in 4th in the Pot 2 battle, this will help him massively to try and get up in the mix with the top 3.
I've just got to jump now, drop that. Was that losing a position or getting really close to Wuta?
He would have let through Wuta, very likely.
Yes. They are teammates. That would happen.
Yeah, I can't imagine he would have wanted to hold him up, so...
So 4 seconds now, 10 laps left, sorry. 4 seconds between Glock and Wuta. Let's just log that, because we'll be reviewing that shortly.
I mean, I'm sticking on board with Iestyn because he's got the pace. He's just done a personal best in the first sector, and he's just trying to find a way past DJ still. And then he's going to have a nice bit of clear air that he can stretch his legs and kind of get going.
I've also got to shout out Keyser, still on them hard tyres. 26 laps now he's completed on those tyres. Tom Taylor, desperate to get past him.
We're going to be coming up to the window where it's going to be an option for the softs, so Keyser's definitely going for an alternate strategy.
And look
but
at
yeah, like
that
you say,
raining.
Tom needs to make this move so he can try and get after the guys in front, and a snap from Keyser there. Those tyres must be feel like driving on ice coming out of some of these corners. But he's gone wide, and what that's done is open the door to Pease to have a look, but he's going to 3 wide again tonight. Down into 1, and Pease is going to make 2 into 1, and go up to possible P7 if Tom's not letting it go that easy. What a move. But he's going to have to defend now into 4, but Pease again is just going to go up the inside with DRS. It's going to be a nice easy move for the Baskin-Robbins drivers. So once again, Pease sitting behind his teammate of Iestyn. If they get closer, let's hope it goes a bit smoother next time.
Yeah, Baskin-Robbins making their moves, and Iestyn looking to try and make moves on DJ, as you say.
And you say making moves. To be fair, the next car to catch Keyser is Mikey G. So that'll be the 3rd Baskin-Robbins driver to have a go at Keyser on now 27 lap old hards. So someone's told me he has to make at least 1 pit stop tonight, right?
You'd think, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm just worried we're going to be seeing another punch of that graining. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
But just to kind of cut back there to Iestyn, he's now making the move on DJ. The DRS is open, but they again are going to run side by side into 1. DJ just a bit later on the brakes, but Iestyn's doing a switch back to again open up 2 and 3 like we've seen a few drivers do here this evening. Keyser's finally in the pits after 28 laps. But now Iestyn again going to get the DRS, but does he have enough juice in the battery to try and have a stab at DJ into 4? He doesn't, but he's going to again try the switchback, which has worked beautifully as he now pulls alongside the Repsol up into the middle sector. But it's going to go back to DJ's favour here, and nope, well, saying that, round the outside, what a move!
Oh my god, that was amazing. A long way round the outside, and he just held it like it was on rails.
Round the outside, round the outside.
Or something like that. Anyway, words to that effect. Tom Taylor still chasing Pease as well.
And well, we've said it as well. Keyser has actually come out on a set of softs, so
yes.
I'll be expecting him to set the timing screens alight now because those softs are going to be rapid.
Oh, but Ramsel is off on the infield. Thankfully, out of the wall, not in the wall, should I say. So, no safety car. I think we're quite late in the day to be wanting a safety car. We want to finish this race without a safety car, as we did in Singapore.
I mean, yeah, we've got, what, 7 racing laps to go? I think while we've still got all 18 drivers still on the track, we should start looking at driver of the day.
You've done it now. Done it now. Oh my God, there's yellow flag. Who's that?
Calm, it's fine. The blue dot's moving. We're all good. It was a Sega driver. Okay, calm down, Blue. It's all right.
He's like, we've got all 18 cars, yellow flag. Oh, someone give these guys a record deal, Princess Thieves. Thanks very much. I think we'll make a fantastic. Who are them two? Unchained Melody. We've done Unchained Melody. Righteous Brothers.
I thought you were going to say Ant and Dec or something, but.
Oh yeah, we could do that instead. Yeah. Should we just stick to our day job?
Chaz and Dave. Yeah, we'll be a Christmas #1, won't we? There you go.
Yeah. I don't know where to carry that on, but Tom Taylor is looking to try and make moves on Pease. Pease does not have DRS on the car in front, and Tom is absolutely, tickling the back of that gearbox, but not able to make a move. I don't think he realised you actually have to go around the car. You can't go through them.
I wondered what you were going to say there.
But equally, Alan is now in front of DJ.
Yeah, and he's going to have to try and work now on that 3-second gap to Chazza to just try and pinch that P4. Again, that'll be massive for himself this evening and the team with the double points in play.
Yes. Yeah, if he can close that gap to Chazza. It looks like, I did comment earlier that he was within the 3 seconds of Chazza, but now 6 seconds. So I think DJ has held him up quite a bit.
I mean, well, you say that, he was faster, clearly. It looked like he had the pace on DJ, but the amount of battling they were doing was not going to help either of them.
No, that gap at the front now, Glock only 2 seconds in front of Wouter. Wouter having cleared Droftas by 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Jesus Christ. I need to learn to read.
You say that, though, to be fair, that the gap was 3.5, and it's taken a good few laps for Wouter to chip away, so I think he wasn't probably expecting the pace on Glock this evening.
But we are expecting the pace from Kieser as he's now making his way past the reserve driver of Harrin. Yeah, we were supposed to be talking driver of the day, wasn't we?
Something like that.
Tom was driver of the day last week. I do think he has done a fantastic job here. I can't take away from Alan either. He's been front runner for Baskin-Robbins since Pease dropped down the order. Pease obviously trying to make his way back through.
I mean, minus the collision with his teammate, it's he's done very well to be where he is, and he's made the moves where he's needed to. So I would probably say that, yeah, Alan's probably my shout this evening for the driver of the day.
Yeah, unfortunately, we vote him driver of the day, and then Repsol driver DJ does take the position from him.
Importantly, though, it didn't look like Alan had used much battery to try and defend, so I can imagine he's probably going to try and just sit with him a bit. Alan does, well, we've seen it before, he has a few tricks up his sleeve when it comes to this. The back of DJ's car flashing, so again, he is below 10% battery, so DJ's given it all here to try and stay ahead of the Baskin-Robbins driver.
Yeah, look at how close these four are, nose to tail almost, and again, Tom.
I didn't see them. Tom having a look at Pease, and Tom's still on the inside. Pease has left him the room, so that, again, respectful racing here. But Pease has to now force to the inside, not take the proper racing line, because Tom is still there alongside him. Tom is not letting him go, and there's a bit more contact, but they're still facing the right way. And again, they're going to go side by side now before the long climb up the hill.
Unbelievable. I don't know who to watch, Alan or DJ or Tom and Pease.
It looks like Alan's going to be making the move back on DJ. That is going to be before turn 1. Tom and Pease look clear, but I think Pease is probably going to try and have a go at DJ straight away. But just not enough room and run out of road there before they hit turn 2.
Ooh, Tom very deep on the inside there. I think he was trying to go up the inside of Pease, and I don't know if Pease was really aware he was there at the time. I didn't quite get a good camera angle on that.
3 laps to go, and again, just to keep an eye, the gap at the front is down to 1.1 seconds. So are we going to see some last lap drama for the win?
What I hope we don't see is a last lap penalty deciding the race. That's not what we want to see.
I wasn't going to say that.
I can't. I can't take my eyes away from this four-way that's going on for fifth place. Oy, oy.
Well, I mean, at the moment, as much as Tom's gone round.
No.
He's dropped off. We saw similar last week. He lost it on the last lap of the race, unfortunately. He kept it clean and going, and it looks like he's done a very similar again. I didn't see if there was any contact involved there, but as I say, that DJ's got back past Aylin, but Aylin has had a bit of a snap, and he's let Pease through.
He has.
That frees Pease to now have a go at DJ, which is going to be important again for the points. And on top of that, Mikey G has now jumped Tom. So Baskin Robbins again, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, fantastic points for using your double points card here. And Aylin going very slow. I don't know if he's picked up any damage or running low on fuel. But that did look like a team orders play, almost an apology. Sorry, I took you off here on a previous lap, so I'll let you go
I
here.
think he would have wanted to get out of the way, but he does have the fuel light on, and that does indicate, I believe that still indicates less than 2 laps of fuel left.
Yes, oh no.
And Tom's round again.
It's because I said
he's had a mare of a lap. That's so sad to see so late on in the evening. And I think he may have cooked his tyres. He's struggled to get that car facing the right way. He's dropping.
DJ, title protagonist from last season, having a good old ding-dong again. Pease just getting a double helping of slipstream there, but wasn't able to make the move. I think he tried to pull out.
I'm going to have to jump in now because we've got Glock and Wouter running side by side on the last lap for the lead up into the middle sector. Glock squeezing Wouter as much as he could there. Wouter had to put 2 wheels on the grass at one point to try and stay alongside, but I can imagine Wouter's going to try and, well, the last chance he's going to really get now to take this win on the last lap is going to be on the final corner.
Yeah, I think this is
drag up to the start-finish straight.
Final corner. Is that Glock? Yes, it is, and he's about to be leading the race up through the final corners for this Brazilian Grand Prix.
He's broke it to 8/10, so it looks like Glock has covered it off. So for the man that lost the position into turn 1 and gained it straight back, has had a flawless drive this evening and takes the win here in Brazil. What a drive for Glock.
Yeah, and holding up the 3rd place position. Drop that's for YouTube. Chazet crossing the line behind him with penalties, but I think he's got a big enough gap now back to his teammate DJ. Now I want to see Aylin. It does look like he has enough fuel to finish the race, but only just. Crossing the line, Baskin Robbins 6th, 7th, and 8th. Well done to those.
I think if you look at the Twitch chat there, Glock's pretty happy about that one.
Get in! Yeah, and we've got a driver of the day votes in the chat also for Aylin, so I think it's fully deserved from the Baskin Robbins driver, trying to earn as many points for the double points card played here today.
And I think it says how little fuel he's got because he's being pushed nearly by Mikey G round the in lap.
But Tom having an absolute mare. Oh, he's off again. He's off again, but he does finish this race on the lead lap, and he's absolutely smoked them tyres. But at least they all are inflated this time. Last week we did see him with the puncher, but what a Grand Prix that was. Glock, early battle with Pease, and Pease coming off on an incident. I'm sure that will be reviewed if there's any hard feelings by any driver in the steward's box.
I can't imagine they're going to appeal that, Aylin and Pease will appeal each other, teammates and all. They ended up back in the positions they were.
I think they pulled together quite well as a team with only 3 of them. Look, they're almost here in a formation lap.
I'm looking forward to seeing the footage back of anything between Glock and Muta on that last lap, because I jumped and they were already side by side, so God knows what we missed at that point.
Yeah, but what an interesting race that was. Driver of the day for the game going to Muta, but that's for most positions gained. But yes, on our stream, driver of the day is Iestyn.
And there you are, taking the top step, the man who's come so close and had his fair share of unfortunate luck this season, finally taking the top step at Brazil after, well, minus, like you say, losing out off the start, led everything he needed to do. Even with the pit stops, he stayed ahead of the cars that he was battling.
Yeah, fantastic show.
What a drive
from Glock. First race win this season and first race win for Duracell this season also. But Glock taking the top step, only nearly missed out by Muta. Droftas finishing the podium places in third place, and then Chaz in fourth, DJ in fifth, Peas in sixth, Iestyn in seventh, and driver of the day, Mikey G in eighth. Xerxes in 9th, Energetics in 10th, Bannister in 11th, Harin in 12th, Keezer in 13th, Ramsel in 14th, Chewy in 15th, Callum in 11th, Tom Taylor finishing 17th after a mare of a race yet again, and Ross finishing off the order in 18th place, and as Diggle said, all cars finishing this race.
I say a huge shout out to every driver this evening. To have all 18 cars actually finish the race is something I don't think we've seen for a few races now. So fair play to every single guy here this evening.
Yep, all girl.
All girl, yeah.
All girl, all girl. I never heard Glock speak, do you know what I mean? Be a girl. But yes, also
okay,
thank you
driver.
to our commenters in the chat. Always great to have you on board with us here on the stream. But we will be going shortly to our driver interview room, where we'll be speaking with our top 3 and driver of the day. Join us in there shortly.
Listen to the wind blow.
and welcome to our driver interview room. And here is a car that we've not seen on the top step before now, the Duracell F1 car, after Glock finishing that race first place. But first of all, let's go and join our third place finisher, Draftas for YouTube. How was that race for you?
It was alright. It was Sunday drive. It was good fun. I had a nice little battle with DJ early on after a few of the guys in front span or, started from the back. So me and DJ had a couple of laps of back and forth, and then it was just sit on my own for the rest of the 30-odd laps.
Did you know your pit strategy before you started? Is that something that you kind of done on the fly, or was it pretty definite that you was going to be doing the alternate strategy?
I think it's just in general on this game, hard medium's the way to go, because it's as boring as it is that there's only one strategy, and mediums just warm up quicker when you can make the box. So if you do it the other way around, hards take a lap or two, so it's just more beneficial, I think, to go hard medium.
Yeah. Diggle, anything from you?
Well, to be fair, you said it was a leisurely Sunday drive. I'm glad you mentioned in regards to the battle with DJ. How hard was it to kind of break away from that train? We saw a lot of guys here this evening catching the back of a train or getting stuck in that DRS tow, but you clearly showed that you had the pace to break away. But what was going through your mind at that moment, really? Talk us through just trying to make that move on DJ's stick.
The problem was with DJ is he ran wings that didn't exist, so he was just catching me by 7-8 temps on the straight every single time. So I had to wait and save some ERS and then just use it all in the middle sector, which was how I did it, and then hope that he didn't catch me back up on the straights enough. And it was okay from there. And luckily Chris followed up behind him and gave him pressure, which sort of let him concentrate on what was behind rather than catching me back up.
It seemed to work very sweet in the end, and like you say, bit of a peaceful race, but a nice, easy, leisurely drive for yourself. So congratulations on taking the third step this evening.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, congratulations on third place. And now we go to our second place finisher. Came late to qualifying, didn't set a time, had to start at the back in an early spin, but we yet still see him here on the podium. Wouter, how was that P2 finish for you?
Yeah, it was good. I think I had a good start. Then I think in turn 2 I got tapped. I think I got tapped and then spun around, so I had to start over again. But yeah, no, it was good fun, overtaking, getting back to the top. Had good pace, and yeah, then just was a bit cruising around and just chilling.
Yeah, so maybe a small taster for our next round at Canada, where we will see a reverse grid order. So you being at the top, will start at the bottom. How did you feel coming through the field?
I noticed after a few laps, I felt good on the tires. I feel like I had good pace. It took me a bit too long to get past Peace and Energetics, but from Peace I expected it to have a bit more of a fight to get past. But eventually I got past with a little help of Energetics even, and it was good.
Definitely, congratulations on that. Anything to add, Diggle?
Oh, like you say, you carved your way through the field there, and it seemed at one point that there was one car, if not every time that Pease made a move, you tried to make sure you made that move a turn or two later. So you provided us with brilliant racing this evening to spectate, and of course, catching your teammate in the latter stages just to pip him for second. Well, I say just to pip him for second, but knowing he was there, so you could have had a go at Glock like you did, and we did see some side-by-side action, which I'm sure will be looked at in the end. But just all in all, just congratulations on the drive from back to the front, and well, let's just see if you can repeat it next week.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, next week is gonna be fun. A little bit more difficult, I think, because Canada is normally a track is harder to overtake, but I think it should be fun still.
Yes, congratulations on your podium position, and like I say, small taster for the next round where we'll be seeing the reverse grid order. And congratulations again.
Yeah, thanks.
Glock, in true Glock fashion, hasn't joined us, but congratulations to Glock on his first race win here for season 5. We did also see a podium position from him, so mega points for the Duracell driver, but then also mega points. We now go to our driver of the day winner, Alan, and for Baskin Robbins playing the double points card. We did see plenty of movements from yourself and your Baskin Robbins teammates, but only 3 of you here tonight, and you still played your double points cards. How was that decision come to?
Well, if anything, we just probably accept that we're unlikely to get another a pot 4 anyway. So let's just use a track where we're all pretty strong. And I think the result showed that, though. P's should have probably been a bit higher, but as I was when I was behind DJ and then Wooter and P's come up, I thought I'd just get out of Wooter's way because it won't be long till he goes by. And then slow traction, I end up falling in front of P's and gave him damage and stuff like that. So compromised his result.
Yeah, we did see that incident and wondered what happened there. So thank you for that clarity. Diggle, anything that you want to add?
I mean, to be fair, like it happened in regards to yourself and Peas, but luckily it was around the pit window. It may have adjusted his strategy, but it was a great recovery drive from himself. And as a whole, all 3 of you Baskin Robbins drivers put on one hell of a show. And to finish line astern in that respect in the positions was a great drive. But yourself as well, coming back and a couple races in, and here you are talking to us lovely men as the driver of the day. So congratulations on the drive today.
Thank you. I did have to save fuel for the last few laps. If it weren't mentioned, I wouldn't have looked, so I would have ran out of fuel. But that's why I dropped off on the last couple with P's and Deej. But I don't think it's ever really going to get any further anyway. So I finished where I probably should have. So I'm happy with that. Enjoyed it. Good to be back, obviously, but frustrating I can't turn up every week. Otherwise, be a little more up for it, I suppose. But
no,
it is what it is.
It's great to see you in the league again, godfather of Formula 4 himself. And you mentioned about the fuel. You say if it weren't mentioned, you wouldn't have noticed. Who mentioned?
Droftas. He mentioned, I might be running out of fuel, so now prompted me to look. And it turns out I was 0.3 under with the 3 laps to go, so I just had to start coasting.
Yeah, it made me think if you was listening to the stream and we mentioned it, and then it made you react.
I mean, even with that being the case as well, you had such a gap to the guys behind that you gave yourself that buffer. So again, like it just seemed to just work out in regards to yourself this evening, Chris. So well done.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Yes, congratulations again. And join us next round for Canada. Next week, we do have a week off. You might see a social race streamed or not. We will wait and see what's happening there. But join us not next week, the week after for round 10, which will be our wildcard reverse grid for Canada. So join us then. Thank you and goodbye.
Love you, bye.
you.